from Step of Faith Ministries. If you're over 30 years old, you can recall a commercial that once aired, and it showed a dummy inside of a vehicle. And while they tested out this vehicle, the dummy was inside of the car with no seatbelt on. So they continued by running the car into a wall, and the dummy, without wearing a seatbelt, was all torn apart. And the commercial would end by saying, "You can learn a lot from a dummy." Well, this morning I had an opportunity to learn, and it definitely wasn't from no dummy. I got a dog by the name of Sammy. We call him Sammy the Bull. I don't know why, because he ain't vicious. I'm thinking about changing his name to Puddin'. Well, Sammy, being a puppy, he has a tendency of doing things that aren't correct. And when he does those things, I have to step in and help correct those things. Let me give you an example of Sammy in action. Hey Sam. Hey Sam, you got the baby toy, man. You know you're supposed to be doing that, right? That's a no-no. Yeah, I know you're sorry. You roll over on your back when you get sorry, huh? You're showing me that you're sorry, right? I accept your apology. Come here. I accept your apology. You good? Come here. Come here. Come here. We're good. We're good, man. We're good. Come on, let's go. Caught him, red-handed, with the goods. But enough of Sammy. Sammy got caught. Sammy submitted himself, got humble, and received his owner's forgiveness. And you know what? God being the owner of our lives, sometimes we do things, say things, and think things that are not congruent or consistent with His Word. And you know what? That's a bad place to be, because the Bible calls it sin or rebellion, right? But guess what? In the book of 1 John 1:9, we have some good news. And it says, if we confess our sins, He is faithful and just to forgive our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. So today, I want to encourage you. When you fall, it's not if you fall, but when you fall. Don't just wallow there. Confess it. Put your big boy pants on, man up, put your big girl pants on, and woman up. And guess what? Once you do that, be prepared to receive God's forgiveness. Pastor Marvin, Step of Faith.